Good to see you, George.
You mentioned the Palestinian issue several times in your prepared remarks, and we're at a fairly critical juncture. Senator Mitchell is in the region now, and Abu Mazen's meeting with the Arab League soon. Could you give us a sense of what your prognosis is in terms of the peace process, and whether the administration and the renewed focus by the president on this issue is yielding anything?
Well, I can only tell you that I have not seen for quite a bit of time such a violent swing of mood in the Middle East as I have seen it with the election of President Obama. Immediately, the expectations shot through the roof because the president have done three things. First, immediately from day one, he set in his strategy that he would tackle the Palestinian issue, the peace process. So he assigned Senator Mitchell, an old hand in resolving conflicts, and Northern Ireland is a good example. So that gave the indication that the president is serious. He chose a Secretary of State, which during the Clinton administration had almost, we were that close of securing a deal. So she's not alien to this process. She knows what's in store in terms of the challenges. And thirdly, the president took upon himself the public diplomacy task by making important speeches in Istanbul and Cairo, addressing the Arab world and the Muslim world. So the level of expectation has risen to such an extent that everybody was thinking that we are going to see finally peace around the corner. Only for these expectations to be shattered when Mr. Netanyahu decided to take a different path. We had a meeting as the Arab foreign ministers in the Arab League, and we were discussing the issue of whether the call for resumption of talks should be resumed without an explicit commitment on the part of Israel to free settlement, because that was the condition of the quartets, that was the condition of the American administration then, that there should be a settlement freeze. And Israel, the Israeli government announced that they are not going to freeze the settlements, and we were debating whether there should be a resumption of discussion. Finally, we came on the side of we had no other option but to support President Abbas and agreeing with the American administration to start the proximity talks. And this is exactly the kind of resolution that we passed as foreign ministers. We supported President Abbas and encouraged him to resume the proximity talks, only to see a couple of weeks later Israel announced the building of 1,600 units in East Jerusalem, as if it was a response to the Arab extended hand for a resumption of the peace talks. And that is also quite an expectation shattering. But still, the Arabs' position, as it has been expressed by the recent Arab League summit that took place in Libya, is that the Arabs would continue to extend or to continue to uphold the Arab Peace Initiative and would support the administration's position. We think that the Obama administration is on the right track. We support their position on the issue of settlement. We think that the issue of settlement is central to the peace process. The proximity talk is something that we support as a proxy to the direct discussion that must include a settlement freeze. So, in a nutshell, George, I think that expectations are the mood is not positive. The level of despair is rising, and we should be concerned. All of us, we should be concerned.
One last question, Indira.
Indira Lakshmanan from Bloomberg News. Thank you for taking the question. I wanted to ask when Iraq is going to be invited to join the GCC, and also related to that, why has the GCC seemingly been unable to make the kind of progress on military cooperation that the U.S. has been pressing for, and what might be the next steps in that direction? Thank you.
Well, I answered about the security on the security issue with respect to Iraq's accession to the GCC. First of all, Iraq has not requested to join the GCC, but secondly, and this is maybe more importantly, the GCC is not. We are not trying at the GCC to replace the Arab League. The Arab League is the institution that houses all Arab countries. The GCC is just a component within the Arab League to support the Arab causes. We very much welcomed the establishment of regional Arab groupings. We have the Northern الاتحاد الافريقي, الاتحاد المغربي, the Moroccan or the Maghreb Union, and we think that regional groupings could support the overall Arab coordinated actions. If we open up membership in the GCC, then we will be saying that we are a parallel organization to the Arab League, and that would not be the proper thing to do. This is one. Secondly, I don't think that the membership is by itself is important. What Iraq needs is a political support from its neighbors, and this is precisely what the GCC is trying to provide to Iraq, a platform by which they can count on their brothers to have such a strategic depth. We have included in our development plans, for example, when we talk about railways, tracks, the GCC to be linked to Iraq. So Iraq would be integrated, effectively will be integrated economically within the GCC market through land transportation. And we have also recently opened a direct route from Kuwait to multiple cities in Iraq, flights on a daily basis, and there are other GCC countries who are doing that. So in that sense, I think this is what Iraq is looking for an opportunity to trade, to have exchange, to reinforce its economic viability, and to support its political stability. And this is what Iraq really wants, and this is what we are providing.
Dr. Mohammed, thank you very much for your insightful remarks and your direct and informative answers.